Many bloody wars were fought over whose god was the true one, until one day a giant bolt of lightning struck down from the sky and tore a huge chasm, whatever, in the earth, separating the unforgiving enemies for all eternity. That's kinda interesting. So let us stop fighting these stupid morons. You just won't be able to reach each other from now. Huh, interesting. But why would they... I don't know, kinda arbitrary here. The deity of Edfu and Morbus, god of death, they could have coexisted peacefully. I don't know what their problem was, these guys. Chapter 11. Dust and Bones. Now, I am going to wonder right away, is the combination of Gothic and Egypt, like, is it one half of it Gothic and one half Egypt, or is the whole thing a combination of two?
Do you want to really know, or do you want to surprise yourself?
I don't know. I guess I'm just voicing the questions that I have internally. I don't think really I want an answer before I find out by myself.
Okay.
This is actually pretty cool. This dust storm, even though the location, yeah, well, it doesn't really look very well at all. I hope that you are not offended by my saying this, but this looks like complete crap. The texture is I don't know, is this supposed to be like sand or rock or something, because this texture I always thought of it as like some fabric kind of thing, so I'm just imagining myself in like Yoshi's Story or Kirby Epic Yarn here.
Yeah, I used it for some sand look here.
You really should have probably recolored the ash texture from the original Dooms, you know, the grey one that has these waves like dunes. Well, it's a pretty prominent texture. I assume you know which one I'm talking about.
I do know what you mean. Yeah, I didn't do a lot of texture recoloring my own for the project. Mostly picked the TNT textures when I needed them, and some other textures along the way.
But yeah, that's that. But I don't know how to. I guess it's supposed to be a rocky desert type area. I don't really know how to depict it well enough in Doom Engine. I guess could have made the mountains a little more, I don't know, detailed, but then again it would be really inconsistent with the amazing landscapes of episode 1, so I don't know. It's a really dark cave, but yeah, once again, I of course I am obligated to say that this is empty and bare and I don't like it, but just like every other instance, like it doesn't really prevent me from getting what you were trying to say and to make here, so yeah, I can't really complain. This could have been a text adventure, as I said last time. It wouldn't work really worse or better that way. Also, there's a lot of the sky cutoff thing with all the dust effects.
Yeah, I know. I didn't really find a way to really fix it.
Well, you could have always made this the outside like another sector like this instead of just nothingness, and I guess it would have fixed it, because you don't really have any, well, except for this cave here, you don't really have a need for another scene other than sky, so it would have worked probably. Like expand, make this another. Well, yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
A bit more close, actually. The amazingly interesting choice of making the cliffs in map 01, the ones that I jumped over, that probably would work better.
Unfortunately, I'm not receiving any traces of the device. I guess you have no other choice but to explore the temple structure at Marine.
Well, that was at least helpful, because the thing about not receiving traces for the device, that is something that I wouldn't know if he didn't tell me, but
yeah.
In this place, exploring this temple structure is really my only option, so yeah, once again. Also, is there some kind of... I can't really decide if there's fog or not in this level.
Yeah, there is some tan-colored fog. It's
really
actually on this. I think it's if you play on GZ Dimension, it's actually there's also sky fog.
Huh.
This was one of the last minute features I added to the game.
Well, I can sort of see, mostly, for some reason in this thingy here, this sector, this little bump here, if you go far it becomes foggier, but the rest of the level doesn't really seem to be affected, so I'm looking at this going, what the hell is this? Why does
it looks a bit better in GZ Doom.
I don't know, I don't like how GZ Doom does things, so I would trade the absence of the more pronounced fog for pixels and brightness and palette stuff, because I really don't like what GZ Doom does to lighting, the fake contrast and stuff like it. Also, once again, very thin building here, and the wonderful TNT textures. And look at these colors. Wow, great. I guess you didn't really have a choice. Also, every time I say something like that, you are just kind of silent there, and it always sounds like you're just upset. Like, come on, stop making fun of my texture selection.
No. I mean, yeah, the choice to use TNT was set long ago, and I kind of did not change that. Actually, the textures inspired the levels at some point. Like, there are Egyptian textures, so let's do Egyptian episode.
That's wow. That's and I don't know. There's a bit of a juxtaposition here with how you feel that fixing the cutoff on start and textures is limiting your creative prowess and your ability to create whatever you want, but then you let your available textures that outright dictate what levels are you going to make. That's kind of funny.
But again, we're talking about a project that spread over 1.5 decades. So
yeah.
If I had designed this all in like 2 years, it probably would have all come out differently.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing with the long projects, especially when one man is making them. This inevitable bumps in quality across, depending which maps were made earlier. Also, this I don't know, this kind of, maybe if you squint your eyes and look at close, it may kind of look like sand, but it's obviously the crater top, so that's kind of strange, this texture here. But the brighter, is it like only 2 colors? Yeah, it's only 2 colors, but the brighter lines here do kind of have the shape of the sand dunes, so I guess it's an interesting choice, if nothing else. Okay, anyway, I'm going to explore. This reminds me of Serious Sam GBA version, even though I haven't really played much of it, because I couldn't, I don't know, maybe it was a bug or something, but I was playing on an emulator and I just couldn't hit any enemy. I'm just shooting straight in the center of them and they just don't react whatsoever, so I couldn't advance in that game very long, because the very first enemies in that game, I think, were the kamikaze guys, who, if I couldn't just ignore them, because they would just run up to me and explode. So yeah, that prevented my playing GBA Sam, but the whole aesthetic here kind of reminds me of it. Also, fun fact, I'm currently making Egypt style level for the Doom 2 in name only project, so I may be subconsciously inspired by the architectural style of this. Also, what the hell is this? This looks kind of funny. What is this? There's some bars, right? What? No, really, what is this pink thing supposed to be?
It's a switch.
Well, I mean, I figured that out, but anything more than a switch?
The idea behind it is that I wanted to do things differently for each chapter of the game, and this is what I came up with for this episode. So you will find more of those.
Well, I can't wait. That's a really peculiar switch design, like a little creature on a pedestal of skulls that we poke in the eye or something. Okay, what the bars? And were there any bars? I guess here, maybe? So this is another wonderful texture from TNT, I presume? This thing here?
Yeah, it is.
Somehow I could just tell before you what was the word? Confirmed my suspicions. Yeah, here we go. Somehow I just looked at this texture and could already tell that yes, it is indeed from TNT. I don't know. I don't really know how I was able to be so psychic, but something about it just looks like it's from TNT. It's a really thinly veiled statement that I fucking hate TNT textures. They're shit. But I guess, I don't know, did you take any textures from Plutonia?
Yeah, a couple of them. Mostly for the later levels.
So did I see any by now, or I don't know, I don't remember.
No, I don't think so yet. No,
Okay.
I don't know perfectly from memory, but I think it's mostly in the final episode.
So the quality in textures is also going to rise pretty
Yeah, I think this is
dramatically.
really the Egyptian temples here. This is really the place where the TNT textures stand out most of the time, or are prevalent.
This is going to be interesting to play through, considering how my relationship with TNT textures is, but okay, I'm going to try. Also, these thin bars with the skulls texture, if I'm looking at it correctly, they're really something else.
I take that as a compliment.
Well, if you wish. There's open to interpretation what I wanted to say by that, but what are they supposed to be actually?
Where they are just some bony pillars that supposed to prevent you from picking the skull key.
Well, I got the later part, but well, yeah, I also suppose I could say that they are bony pillars, but still made of skulls, but they're way thinner than any skull, so that's kind of funny looking. But no one cares. Well, a lot of people care, but I don't. And I'm the most important one here because I'm making this Let's Play. Anyway, let's go into the tomb and raid it a little bit. Also, this is, I don't know, maybe it's just a subconscious thing, but I'm also using green torches in my Egyptian levels, so I don't know. They just probably go well with the Egyptian theme. Interesting. There is, and again I forgot the English word, which happens a lot of the time. Coincidence, yeah, interesting coincidence that we chose the green torches for the Egyptian areas. Also, the last time the second switch like this that I pressed, I forgot to mention, I don't know if you noticed, but it was someone shot a rocket in it, so it was obscured, and I couldn't almost see whether or not I pressed it or not, but you know, I remember only pressing one of those, so I wasn't lost there. But the lesson of the day is, I suppose, that the surface of a switch, if you're playing in a port that can add some decals to the textures of the walls, the surface of the switch should really be a bit bigger, so that some stray rocket doesn't just hide it. But I guess the shape of that pillar with the switch is distinct enough so that I would, even if it was all black, I would still know that it was a switch. So I don't know, that's a bit of a pointless critique there. Yes, I pressed the switch, so I'm going. I may need some health here. I don't know, I am concentrating a bit more on playing well enough, but I completely forgot if I saw any big health pickups on the way here, so whoa, it's going to be interesting. I should probably save.
Yeah, you might want to save.
Usually when I'm playing Doom nowadays, I completely forget to save at all ever, and then when I'm inevitably killed in an embarrassing way and I'm forced to restart a level, I'll just kind of rage quit. And the second time when I play a level, I usually really don't want to play because I know everything beforehand and it's just not as interesting. So yeah, I don't really play a lot of custom levels anymore. Lest I start a lot of them, but I don't really complete many because of my peculiar playing habits. Dang it. You know, this looks like it should be really, really easy, and that I should not have died there. Damn it! Wow, that was a combo almost. Well, I'm just kind of struggling not to press the right mouse button here by accident, because I have that console command that instantly kills whatever is under your crosshair.
I noticed that you have cheat codes on hotkeys, and I had to laugh.
I'm using that for testing usually, but it's handy. It's handy.
Yeah, but it's also what do you say?
Well,
tempting to press them.
Yeah, especially the Q. The Q button is bound to God mode, so really my what's the second to last finger, which is resting right on that button right now and is never used for any other button. It's really trying to press it all the time, especially when I have 11 health. But I am good at resisting the temptations. Also, those hieroglyph indentations there could I don't know, they look nice, but it would be a little more logical if they were a bit closer to eye level, because they're supposed to be read after all by the natives.
Maybe they were very large.
Ah, yeah, but the doors are, well, no, yeah, the doors are also large enough.
Yeah, you got me there, I think.
Haha! Yeah, finally. And the switches are pretty short if we are thinking about giants like that, but who cares? Oh yes, health, now I remember. Also, I'm kind of wondering, I'm going to save and press a little button here. Yeah, unknown class. I have a button to make my player like throw a little thingy from my project. I was wondering what would happen if I try to throw it in a WOD that doesn't have it, but I guess, yeah, unknown class, that's all. I should, now that I think, what does, yeah, my WOD does kinda change a couple of things that it would affect the standard game, but it would be kind of funny to throw that thing here. Of course, no one knows what I'm talking about by that thing, so it's kind of pointless. Also, how the hell do I reach that armor there? I can't really see if I would be able to run along these indentations. No, I would not, because they are the wall above, the wall above and below them is the same. So I guess, interesting. And nothing opens around here, so I don't know. That's intriguing. You know, there's a bit of an advantage to having the author of the WOD as a guest commentator. When I'm about to exit the level, I would love for you to tell me how to get a couple secrets. I would not really get them, but I'm just going to. Yeah. Because my curiosity needs to be satisfied. I want to know how to get them.
I will tell you. That's a secret. You found that out so far, but you didn't find it actually.
it's pretty easy to deduct that thing there is a secret. Also, I am kind of lost here. I don't remember what there are some. Yeah, these aren't open yet. Aha! Yes. Cool. Red. Here. Scary 5 imps. Okay, I am really just falling into the trap of just kind of saying what I see on the screen at any given moment there. Also, it's probably because I've been playing for like an hour by now, but these little lines of lighter pixels here are playing some tricks on my... Especially if you look at this line, you see that it's all the same pixels, just offset by one to the left. Do you see this here, like at the top of the screen?
I do.
And when you go like this, from this it looks like it's 3D and kind of jutting out from the wall a little bit. That kind of messing with my eyes. Also, just kind of, last time I walked past this wall, this reminded me of like arrows sticking out of a Turok 2 style. Did you see any Turok 2 ever? Did you play it by any chance?
Turok?
Yes, Turok 2.
No, I briefly played the first one, but no, not the second.
Well, the second is like the best shooter ever, so that's a shame, but I have a let's play of it. Hint hint. But anyway, yeah, you had the bow in there with really white arrows, and you could pick those arrows out of the walls or whatever you stuck them, wherever you stuck them, and those pixels kind of made me think of those. That's completely pointless and not really interesting for anyone. Also infighting. Infighting is interesting because when I'm trying to stage fights in my levels and I'm using more than one enemy type, I'm always trapped in thinking that a player can just not waste any ammo whatsoever and make them all in fight, and that makes me want to not put any ammo in the map in the first place because it would be not really required. I wonder what approach is best. I guess if player is tricky, but it's not even really hard to make monsters in fight. Also rocket launcher.
Yeah, a lot of people missed the rocket launcher here because they said the dead marine would obstruct the view, which kind of caught me by surprise. I would have never thought that actually anyone would miss it.
Well, actually, I'm not sure. It was not really visible until I came right up here and looked at it, but the very presence of this marine in a chair kinda caught my attention and led me to investigate it closer, so I don't know, I think it works. If people miss this rocket launcher, I guess they're just completely unattentive and it's their fault.
Yeah, actually I think so too, but yeah, if you miss it, you might get out of ammo in the next level, so it's wiser to pick it up.
And that's the Dark Souls style design that I actually really approve of. If you're going to not look at your surroundings and miss vital stuff, well, screw you then, you cannot really complain because it was your fault. And that makes me, it lets me, I don't know, brag, because I can be attentive when I want to, and I always can look at people who complain about that and say, you're just stupid, I found all of that. Also, I only noticed only now that this fleshy bit of the switch actually has some, like, geometry sticking out on the sides.
Yeah,
really,
I used
small.
curved surfaces for it, and I think if you just use it on that tiny geometry, it just glitches a bit.
It looks kind of funny anyways, just like 1 pixel wide detail here among these well, once again, not very detailed areas. It's kind of more of the same thing which I mentioned before. Also, there was how was this thingy called, this bug, when is it slime trails or something? I think it's slime trails.
Yeah, slime trail.
I freaking hate that slime trails. And I'm usually trying to when did I say? Oh, okay, well, I saved fairly recently. I'm usually successful at getting rid of slime trails, but they really get on my nerves. That's really stupid bug. Also, once again, there was something I wanted to ask, but I completely forgot because I got killed by... yes, the revenants, those 2 revenants. Let's look at them once again when I finish killing these guys. Also, I'm going to use the rocket launcher this time because it's quicker. Oh well, I forgot they come out of this wall and not the opposite wall. I wanted to look if the revenants were just standing there or if they spawned. They actually spawned. Or did they walk out of, like, fake walls?
Yeah, fake wall trick here.
Well, I guess maybe there's some secret behind them. I'm going to hump the walls. Okay. Yes, then no secrets. This is kind of peculiar. I have really mixed feelings on fake walls like this, but I can't really formulate my well, wait.
This switch seems to have activated a mechanism leading somewhere to the surface.
What?
You might want to search the entrance area again.
I missed what he said. This switch must have activated something surface. What did he say exactly again?
I don't know by heart, but he tells you to check the entrance area of the temple. This is one of the occasions where you really, if you listen to him, you have an easier time finding your way. I was really
curious about this little piece, but I guess it's not a secret after all. Okay. There's this. Did you modify this texture to add this hole?
No, this texture is a stock TNT texture actually.
Does it have this hole in the stock version also?
Yeah, it does.
Interesting. Even though it's kind of flat, it's, I guess, interesting. Reminds me of that place in map 01 of Knee-Deepen's Doom when you blow up a wall. Although I didn't really like Knee-Deepen's Doom and didn't remember many places from it, but the first level is the only one I was really paying attention to, so I remember that part.
Yeah, I mean it looks absolutely gorgeous, I think.
Really now.
What I didn't like about it was that some areas were just way too large and way too non-linear backtracking style. I did play it mostly on co-op with my brother, and we kind of got lost several times.
I don't think I ever found my way through the final map ever legitimately, but when I was playing, I don't know, I had in some maps there was some confusion about where to go, and especially tricky was finding the secret exit in map 3, but actually my main problem with it was that I really didn't like how it looked, so I guess we have different opinions here.
Okay, that's a differing opinion then, just...
Yeah, just we have to accept that some opinions are right and some of them are wrong. And my, of course, is right because I am myself and I'm never wrong, but I'm going to be, I don't know, condescending here and say, well, I'm not going to really outright say that you're completely wrong, but I'm going to think it anyway. I don't know, I don't like I thought the detail was exactly the type of detail that I don't like. It's completely pointless, only for the sake of more surfaces everywhere. And it just...
It may be a bit over the top at times, yeah, it's true, but it still looks very good, I think. I like the style and I like the way this is heading. I like it when people do vanilla stuff as well, so don't get me wrong, but yeah, I like having both.
Yeah, I don't know, sometimes, I don't know, it's interesting to see how far people can go in Doom, in various Doom engines, but when I'm playing I prefer something way simpler, like vanilla levels or DTS-T! Yeah. Vanilla just, I don't know, there was a thread lately somewhere around Doom General, I think, or Doom Worlds probably. Damn it! Okay, I know how to get this, and I even got on this thingy one time, so I'm just going to cut here.
This is not the way to go, actually.
Yeah, I know, but I wanted to get this secret. Legitimately. Almost legitimately.
This is not legitimately. You missed you missed something here, I'm afraid to say that, but...
Really?
You're not supposed to get to the second stick. Yeah, that's the way.
Wait, what? But I got here before, I just fell off the stick. What? That's really strange. That's really strange. And also I didn't really find that anyway, because I didn't see the second stick. I mean the first stick. I just ran into it, but I could have sworn I almost made it to the last one in time if I'm running diagonally like this.
Well, if you were able to do that, then you have a legitimate exploit there. But I give you that. It's a problem.
Yeah, as you can see, I can get there without the teleporter thing, but that's an interesting. If only it was the only way to get the secret, it would be a really interesting secret. But as it is, it's still an interesting secret, but also I was walking so many times by this lighting here, but I just only now noticed how strange it looks. I don't know how the torches have this radius of light, but also they managed to light this exact like area here, rectangular. Strange. Also, you should be always providing like comments why you did that and why you did this, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. As I told you earlier, I went down different paths of exploration in terms of lighting, and this was just one way of doing it.
Yeah,
and,
I remembered you saying that actually when I looked at this, but it's more like that scrolling fire in episode 1, where I just want to kind of why, what, how, why did you do it this way? Because I don't know under effects of what substance you were where you thought that looked
I think
right.
I was under the effect of the substance of a long development time.
I got it right there. It sounds really funky. I wonder if that's healthy or if it should be made illegal. Actually, I think it should be made illegal because long-time projects.
It absolutely should.
Yeah, they often suffer from their long development times. Very often, but in the end it makes for an interesting phenomena, I suppose. Interesting thing. Also, I just noticed that these things are also. I'm seeing a bit of a trend here with these and those. If you remember that one area with the water and the mossy stone, where you said that the moss was, they also did not touch the walls. Don't tell me you just had to do it this way because you didn't know how to make it touch the walls, or is it just a choice, an artistic choice?
In this case here, it's absolutely a choice. In the earlier case, it was probably kind of laziness or something, but here it's a choice.
Looking at the ceiling now of the above these white things, I'm guessing that it's maybe to make them bright without making the surrounding walls bright, or is it just you wanted to make flat indicators like this?
I think I just wanted to make flat indicators, to be honest.
Interesting, because I'm looking. Well, you notice this at the ceiling, and I'm seeing that you use the sector around this indicator to make it.
Yeah,
bright.
This is to light them up. But,
but
yeah, I don't think that the two issues are connected actually. Yeah, I just thought having thin indicators there would be a nice change.
Yeah, I suppose it kind of. Well, it's really not very easy to notice, and in a parallel universe where I would be playing by myself, I maybe would not even have noticed this. But I don't know, interesting.
I think you could imagine it like stonemasons making very fine stonework and then placing it there.
Yeah. Well, if we are trying to imagine how all this was made, then I have tons of questions that you will never be able to.
Let's not go down that path.
Especially these things that are luckily disappeared by now, which baffle me, how they were made. Oh, also nice that I went here because I grabbed some ammo. Also, I'm noticing that the call time there is above an hour, and I'm really afraid of running out of hard drive space by now. So, unfortunately, I think we're going to cut this session here. I'm just going to exit the map like last time. This looks interesting already. Well, the inner sanctum of Edfu. Edfu really sounds like some kind of what's the word when damn it, what's the word? When you take first letters of a combination of words like in a name like USSR, what's that called?
Sorry, again?
I think it's acronym. When you
Edfu is a town in Egypt.
Interesting. Because I don't know, it really kind of sounds less like a real word that anyone would say and think, yeah, that should be a real word because it sounds not strange at all.
Yeah, basically the Temple of Edfu is a real place in Egypt. It's called the Horus Temple of Edfu, and it was loosely based on that, actually. I went to the library back then and got a Egyptian book.
Wow.
And so this was one of the rare cases in DTS-T where a level is really based on a real place.
I hope that one level of episode 4 or however many levels featured that thing that we are not talking about. I hope that wasn't based on any real place you've been to.
No, it was not.
That would be terrifying. Wow. But yeah, that's actually, I'm glad we ventured into this map and I brought that up because that's a really interesting piece of just the sort of trivia that you were supposed to be that you were supposed to be, well, saying all the time. And I just kind of managed to squeeze a little bit out of you, but that's okay also. And what was I going to say? Yeah, thanks for guesting in my Let's Play. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to have some episodes left before you return from your holidays, but if I have any left, and if we don't finish it with Hippocat, I am going to try to get you on this again, because it is really interesting to talk to you as the author of this WOD while playing it. It's really an experience that enhances my playing experience by quite a lot, and so yeah, glad to have you here, glad to have had you here, or whatever, however you say it, because my grammar is poor. And say something, some closing words.
Yeah, thank you for having me here. It was very fun to do that, to talk with you and give some nice tidbits about the levels. And I'm very much looking forward to your next Let's Plays with Hippocat, and yeah, maybe we can do this again in a later game.
Maybe I could invite you for Let's Plays of different WODs even.
Yeah,
that would
maybe.
be kinda interesting. Actually, I don't know, I'm probably going to say in the thread, even though once again no one's probably going to notice or pay any attention to anything but the videos, because you people suck. And but I'm still going to say, and I'm still going to post it in the post, say it in the post, write it in the post, that anyone who wants to guest in my LPs, you're welcome to try and get me on Skype, and we'll probably be able to arrange something with other people too if they want. Unless of course there's something that I absolutely must have you or Hippocat for, like the rest of this would probably. It would be kind of interesting. This is probably outside of the realm of possibility, but it would be really interesting scenario to have like Tarnsman here playing this WOD. I mean, looking at me playing this WOD, because he would just kind of laugh at my opinions all the time, given his review. That would be kind of fun, but that's never going to happen probably. Not like I really want it to happen anyway. So yeah. But that's something to think about. Also, I was going to say something about the shape of the slide, but I'm too lazy to, and once again I'm spending like half an hour in the last room. So yeah, at least this time I caught it before 20 minutes passed. So goodbye everyone, and see you in the next part. Die. Oops, this is a PS to the episode. I forgot to ask the author about the secrets on this level. These two secrets that I was really curious about. Yeah, I'm talking with the author right now on Skype, and so he told me how to find this. This is apparently just really easy. One of the surfaces here, yep, this one. And the green armor is actually a pretty interesting secret. He says that he really doesn't, well, he said that in the episode as well, he really doesn't really care for secrets too much, but this is one of his favorite ones. Is, well, actually I would be probably more right to say it's one of his better, more preferred ones. I don't know. And actually, now that I look at it, how did I not notice this? I guess I just wasn't really paying attention in this area. Oh crap, I'm running out of space. Ooh, I'm hopefully I can manage to squeeze this into my 3 gigabytes that I have left, and I have to delete something to be able to even render a video. But yeah, this long corridor around about here is bam, and there's our green armor. And with that we are complete officially, so yeah, goodbye.